This is going to blow your mind. Imagine going on a first date filled with excitement and anticipation, only for it to end in a way that no one could ever foresee. This is the chilling story of a first date that turned into a nightmare, a tale that will leave you questioning the very nature of safety and trust. A first date that ended in unimaginable horror, the kind of horror that you only read about in crime novels or see in thriller movies. But for Leslie Reeves and Chris Smith, this was their reality. A reality that unfolded on a day meant for gratitude and togetherness. On Thanksgiving Day 2021, Leslie Reeves and Chris Smith met for their first date. They had connected through mutual friends and decided to meet up for a cozy dinner. The evening started off beautifully, with laughter and conversation flowing effortlessly. They enjoyed a romantic dinner at a local restaurant, sharing stories and getting to know each other. After dinner, they decided to continue their date at Chris's home, hoping to spend more time together in a more private setting. Hours later, they were both shot in Smith's home. The serene atmosphere of the suburban neighborhood was shattered by the sound of gunfire. Neighbors, initially unaware of the gravity of the situation, soon found themselves in the midst of a crime scene. The police were called, and the once peaceful home was now surrounded by flashing lights and yellow tape. Leslie died on the spot, while Chris survived, severely injured. The paramedics arrived quickly, but it was too late for Leslie. She had succumbed to her injuries almost immediately. Chris, on the other hand, was found clinging to life. He was rushed to the hospital, where doctors worked tirelessly to save him. The news of the shooting spread like wildfire, leaving the community in a state of shock and disbelief. The investigation led to Bobby Tarr, Reeves' ex-boyfriend. As the police began their investigation, they quickly zeroed in on Bobby Tarr, Leslie's ex-boyfriend. Tarr had a history of violent behavior and had been known to harass Leslie even after their breakup. His name came up repeatedly during interviews with friends and family, painting a picture of a man who couldn't let go. Tarr's alibi crumbled as evidence placed him at the crime scene. Initially, Tarr claimed he was nowhere near the scene of the crime. However, the police were thorough in their investigation. They gathered evidence that placed him at Chris's home on the night of the shooting. Surveillance footage, phone records, and witness statements all pointed to Tarr's presence at the scene. Police found the murder weapon, a 9mm pistol, in Tarr's yard with Leslie's DNA on it and Tarr's fingerprint on the bag. The discovery of the murder weapon was the final nail in the coffin for Tarr. The 9mm pistol was found hidden in his yard, wrapped in a plastic bag. Forensic analysis revealed Leslie's DNA on the gun and Tarr's fingerprints on the bag, leaving no doubt about his involvement in the crime. Despite Tarr's protests of innocence, the evidence was overwhelming. Tarr continued to protest his innocence, claiming that he was being framed. However, the mountain of evidence against him was insurmountable. The police had built a solid case, and Tarr's attempts to deflect blame only made him look more guilty. Friends and family of Leslie refuted his claims that the gun belonged to her. During the trial, friends and family of Leslie took the stand to refute Tarr's claims. They painted a picture of Leslie as a kind and gentle soul who would never own a gun. Their emotional testimonies added a human element to the cold, hard facts of the case, making it clear that Leslie was the victim of a senseless act of violence. The tragedy has left the small Illinois town in shock, highlighting the terrifying reality of gun violence. The impact of the tragedy rippled through the small Illinois town. The community, once known for its tranquility, was now grappling with the harsh reality of gun violence. Vigils were held, and protests against gun violence became a common sight. The town was united in its grief, but also in its resolve to seek justice for Leslie. As the community mourns, law enforcement continues to seek justice for Leslie. Stay safe, everyone. The case is far from over, and law enforcement is determined to see it through to the end. They continue to work tirelessly, sifting through evidence and following leads, all in the name of justice for Leslie. The community stands behind them, offering support and solidarity. In the face of such a tragedy, they have come together stronger and more united than ever. Stay safe, everyone, and remember to cherish your loved ones. Pause. You may not see us again. Please follow, like, share, comment, and subscribe on all social media platforms.